All right, back here on CBS Sports HQ, dealing with some breaking news as Kyrie Irving has been suspended indefinitely by the Brooklyn Nets.
So, again, noticeably absent were the words, "I'm sorry," and that was not good enough for the Nets. They suspended him for at least 5 games late yesterday afternoon because he failed to, quote, unequivocally say he has no anti-Semitic beliefs. Then later last night, Irving responded to that with an apology on Instagram.
Me personally, I don't condone any hate to any kind, to any race, to Jewish communities, to black communities, to Asian communities. You guys know where I stand. And I believe, what Kyrie did caused some harm to a lot of people. And he has since, over the last, I think today, or was it yesterday, he apologized. But he caused some harm. And I think it's unfortunate, but I don't stand on the position to harm people when it comes to your voice or your platform or anything.
What's going on, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of the 360 Slam podcast. I'm your host, Abbas AJ Jafri, and thank you again for being with me here today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe now to the channel, and please tell all your family and friends to please subscribe. As like I said last week, I need you guys to help me run. I don't want to walk for too long. I need you guys to help me run. So I need your help with all of this. With that said, see, last week I was so excited, I forgot to tell you guys about my social media platform, right? Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at AJ360Slam. And let's get this going, guys. Thank you again so much for being with me today. See, today is a bit of a weird episode. Whether you're the big media conglomerates to talk about the NBA or whether it's a podcast, it doesn't matter. You would be remiss if you didn't start your program off by talking about the hottest topics. And unfortunately, what's happening in the NBA is that the hottest topics right now are not on the court. See, can I start off by talking about the Bucks being 9-0? Nope. Can I talk about Cleveland having the best season so far since LeBron James? No. Can I talk about the Utah Jazz? Can I start off with them? No, I can't. Because I am kind of helpless here, I have to continue talking about Kyrie Irving. That's how I have to start off. Because we know what's going on with Kyrie. He's been suspended for 5 games because he didn't apologize. Although he was giving ample opportunity over and over and over again to apologize, he just didn't do it until his pockets were affected. You see, throughout the run here with Kyrie Irving, with all the shenanigans he's been doing, since he left LeBron, since he left Cleveland, one thing that remained constant is that he always got paid until now. See, he called out the NBA's bluff. He goes, these guys aren't going to suspend me. No way. They're not going to do that. Guess what? Guess what, Kyrie? They did that. They did that. And what happened right when they did that? You apologized. You apologized for what you did. Even though you were given ample opportunity. You could have avoided this whole situation. All you had to do was apologize. But you didn't do it. So you gave the league no choice but to suspend you. And thus, when your pockets got a little less because you're unpaid for 5 games, you're like, whoa, I need to come back to work after 5 games. Because, see, there were rumors floating around that the last game that Kyrie played with Brooklyn was his last game. Like, even after the 5 games, he still will not come back. So he wants to make sure he comes back. $37 million is no joke, everyone. So he wants to make sure that he comes back and make sure that he gets paid. So he says, I'm sorry. But what I don't like is that the Brooklyn Nets have come out with this list of items that Kyrie needs to do before he comes back. An apology, which he's done. A donation, which he tried to do, which I believe was rejected. So I don't know how they're going to work around that. He needs to take sensitivity training. He needs to take other sorts of training which shows, what he did was wrong. And then he needs to go to Joe Tsai and tell him everything he learned and how he changed and all that. That's a bit overboard. It's too much. He apologized. He wanted to donate. He got rejected. Let him do his time. Let his pockets get hit a little bit. And let him come back. Okay? Let him come back. Because this kind of reaction, whether it was in Boston, when he had all that drama in Boston, when he came to Brooklyn, when he didn't want to play that year because KD was injured, so he decided to stay out. The vaccine mandate, he got paid throughout those days. He never got less money until now, like I said. He's doing his time, 5 games. He's not getting his money. Let him come back. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. It's not that hard. You don't need to go through all this sensitivity training. Trust me. Kyrie Irving has learned his lesson. And he will think twice about sharing anything that is related to any sort of hate speech whatsoever. Anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, any sort of hate speech. He's going to think twice about it. So this is the unfortunate part of the NBA. This season has been filled with so much drama that I have to sit here and talk about off-court shenanigans. And guess what? With Kyrie's off-court shenanigans, the Brooklyn Nets have been playing better on court. They blew out the Wizards. They won the other day. They've been 2-0 since Kyrie's been suspended. And I don't know if all these things that they want Kyrie to do, will that be covered in 5 games? It seems pretty lengthy. Like, he needs to go through all that sensitivity training. I think he first needs to convince those people who rejected his donation to take it back. And then he needs to talk to Joe Tsai about what he's done wrong and how he's going to be a better human in the future. Is that going to take? Is that within the 5-game time frame? Because we've already gone through 2 games with Brooklyn. I don't know. We've yet to see that. But it looks like with all this kind of extra things that Brooklyn is wanting Kyrie to do, they don't want him back. That's also another important point here. They don't want him back. It looks like they don't want him back. And now that Brooklyn has been 2-0 since he's gone, and KD has been playing with a more focused mind, I don't know if they want him back. That's something that they need to address after the 5 games are done. So it's going to be interesting right now. It's going to be very interesting to see how this whole Kyrie Irving drama unfolds. And it's unfortunate because Kyrie was my favorite player. Like, I love the guy. He was my favorite point guard. I think he has the best handles in the league. And I think he's the greatest finisher at the basket the league has ever seen. He is an extremely talented player. Number 1 overall. Every right. When Kyrie's locked in, there's no one better. And that's what sucks about all this. I get it. You want to be outspoken. You don't want to shut up and dribble. I hate that. When that lady said that to LeBron at Fox News, I absolutely hated that. That was wrong. These basketball players have platforms where they can address social injustice, social issues, any oppression that's going on, especially within the black community of the United States of America. And they should. There's no doubt about that. But your primary job is basketball. You signed a contract. A team has paid you money to play. You have to be on the court. You can't let these other issues affect your primary job. That can't happen. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to your team, you owe it to the fans who come and see you as well. So, I don't know. It's going to be weird. It's going to be a weird kind of unfolding with the drama, like I said. And I don't know what's going to happen. Moving on to more drama. Joshua Primo, man. He's a Toronto kid, 19 years old. Got millions of dollars thrown at him. Number 12 overall pick in the 2021 draft. Who right now has been released by the San Antonio Spurs because of reports of him during his therapy sessions with his doctor doing some indecent acts that he should not be doing. 9 times to be exact. So this started in December of 2021. See, Joshua had some childhood issues that he wants to get help with from the team doctor, Dr. Hillary Cawthron. And he goes to her, gets the treatment that he wants. The sessions start in December. And then one after another, the report says the investigation that's happening right now, in the report of the investigation, what's being said right now is that he did some indecent acts 9 times while he was getting his therapy. And she complained to the organization about what's going on, and nothing happened. Nothing happened until this got to the public. Until she took it public and started suing the team. She sued Joshua Primo and she sued the San Antonio Spurs organization. See, it's hard right now what to say, right? I feel bad for her. This is what she's alleging. But on the other side, his attorney, Joshua Primo's attorney, is saying that this is completely fabricated. It's fake. It's not real. If it happened, it was done by mistake. It was not on purpose. He was lying down on his couch, on her couch, getting his sessions. Joshua was. And those basketball shorts are massive. Anybody who's played basketball know that those shorts are loose. And so accidentally, it probably came out. It's weird. It's weird. Because why wait 9 times is my question. Right? I'm not trying to question anybody here. Actually, maybe I am because I just asked a question. But what I'm trying to say is that 9 times is a lot. Usually that is done after 1 time. After that happens 1 time, the sessions are finished. 2 max. You warn somebody the first time, maybe. But if they do it a second time, you're like, whoa, I'm out of here. 9 times. 9 times. And there's a history between Dr. Cawthron and the San Antonio Spurs organization. They did not renew her contract in August. Right? So there's some sort of history that's going on there. We don't know what's going on until the investigation comes through. So it's gonna be another interesting thing to see off the court. Right? But it's taking attention away from on-court play, right? And that's what I don't like. Yes, the games are happening. There's no doubt about that. But that's not the hot story right now. It's Kyrie and Joshua Primo. That's the main story here that people are talking about in the NBA. That's what's making headlines. And to be honest, because of that, it makes it a little hard to become an NBA fan. It sucks. People are like, this is what you follow? This is what you're going to be talking about, Abbas? I don't know, it's tough. It's tough. But the investigation is going to be happening with Joshua Primo. We're going to see what's going to happen. R.C. Buford, the CEO of the Spurs organization, mentioned that the facts, he disagrees with the facts of what's transpired. The timeline doesn't make sense. So, I think she'll have a tough time. The psychologist, she'll have a tough time explaining why she waited 9 times and why she kept going. Just stop the sessions. Yes, I understand that she went and she complained each time it happened and the organization did nothing. That's what she's claiming. But why after 9 times you're like, okay, that's enough. I'm done. I'm out. After second or third, like I said, after first or second time max, you're like, I'm not going to be treating this child anymore. If what he did was on purpose. Maybe there's some sort of indecency for sure. But again, intent is what we're talking about here. And that's what Joshua's lawyer is going to try to prove. It just sucks because this is a 19-year-old kid, man. Top prospect. Number 12 overall, 2021. And they picked up his option. The Spurs did, and they released him. 19 years old. You know, if his name is cleared, I hope it gets cleared. If it really is on purpose, and he really did what she's alleging, then he needs to be out of the league. I'm sorry. I know he's 19 years old. But that has no place in any workspace whatsoever. If that's true, what he did, he needs to be gone. If it's not true, I hope the truth prevails. Because he's a talented kid. Joshua Primo is a talented kid. And he deserves to have a proper shot in the NBA. So, this is what's going on, guys. This is what's happening. These two issues have overtaken the NBA. And it's not cool. It's not cool at all. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate the fact that I got to start my second podcast. I mean, the first one I had to talk about Kyrie Irving. Second one, I got to talk about him more. And then couple that with what's going on with Joshua Primo. It sucks. I just hope that we can get over this. It's still early in the season, right? I mean, teams have played 9-10 games, right? Usually the NBA starts building momentum 20-25 games in. That's when we really get to see what the teams are about. We see the standings. We see where everyone is. You know, it's easy to get hot in the beginning, but can you maintain that heat? Can you maintain it? There are teams that get cold at the bottom, still figuring out, and then they make their way up. So 20-25 games is a good benchmark to find out exactly how well you're doing in the NBA. And this stuff just needs to go away. Okay? Again, I hope Kyrie does his time. Gets his, does his suspension. You know, I hope he really, really tries to check off those things that the Nets want him to do. As ridiculous as they may seem, but that's what they want. And comes back on the court because he's too talented of a player to not play in the NBA. He's too talented. A committed Kyrie is the best point guard in the NBA. A committed Kyrie is the best point guard in the NBA. Don't get it twisted, folks. Don't get it twisted. And Joshua, I really hope that the truth prevails. Whether he's innocent or guilty, either way, if he's guilty, if he really did it after this investigation, I'm sorry, the kid doesn't deserve to be in the NBA. You just can't be doing those sort of acts and think that you could be trusted to be around women in other organizations. You've created a bad track record for yourself. If he's innocent, I hope he comes back and he plays in the NBA because he's too young, too talented to not play either. Anyways, moving on. There is still great stuff that's happening in the NBA. He might be being overshadowed by these off-court shenanigans. I love the word shenanigans. I know I've said it 4 times. You guys are probably laughing at me. But I don't care. I like it. Off-court shenanigans. They're shadowing the on-court shenanigans. Not shenanigans. Sorry. Great play that's happening. For example, the Milwaukee Bucks, folks, are 9-0 in the NBA. Undefeated. It's the most quiet, undefeated start I've ever heard. If somebody's 9-0, whoo, headline after headline after headline. And that's led by my main man, Giannis Antetokounmpo, my MVP candidate, my predicted winner of the MVP. And you know what's scary about all this? They're doing it without Chris Middleton. That's crazy. That's nuts. And that shows the leadership that Giannis has. The growth of Giannis Antetokounmpo, I believe he's in his 12th year of the NBA, has been remarkable. This is a kid who was in Greece, and he said some very interesting things. He said that I'm just a kid in Greece and just wanted to hoop. You know, when he was in Madison Square Garden for the first time, it didn't bother him. It didn't make him nervous because he didn't understand it. He's still innocent, but he bawled out. Now, if you ask him, he says, now I'm nervous going to Madison Square Garden because he understands the importance of it, the aura of it, of playing in MSG in New York. But the fact that this kid, this man now, went from Greece, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, champion, shows what the NBA system is all about. I applaud Giannis because the era of the super teams, he didn't bow down to that. He's like, no, I'm staying here. I'm staying right here in Milwaukee. I'm going to bring a championship to Milwaukee. And that's what he did. Guys like Giannis, guys like Dame, Portland is another great team. These guys are here to stay within their organization. And fans in Milwaukee, fans in Portland, don't take them for granted. Don't. Because Giannis, this guy is a generational talent. You don't see guys like Giannis every single day. So, the fact that they're 9-0 without Chris Middleton shows great depth of the team. Shows Budenholzer has really figured out something here. I mean, he's already won a championship, but 9-0, like you know when you see teams who win championships and they kind of then go on the decline. That's not happening with the Bucks. They're the favorites to come out of the East, still, and it's great. It's great to see. Their defense is clamping down. Brook Lopez is having a phenomenal year. His defense has stepped up, where he's one of the leaders of the blocks statistic, blocks per game. He's one of the leaders right now. It's great. So this is the stuff that needs to lead the NBA. This is the stuff that you need to watch for. This is what makes the NBA great. Is when players like Giannis ascend, come to the NBA from outside of the United States of America or North America as a whole and succeed and become what they are today. That's something we really need to cherish. And that doesn't come every day. We had Dirk, right, coming from Europe. And now, we had Pau Gasol. But nobody has ascended to, in my estimation, like Giannis has. The year-by-year progression. Like Giannis Antetokounmpo. We haven't seen it. And it's great, and it needs to continue. Speaking of great, what about the Utah Jazz, folks? Remember the tanking Utah Jazz that want to get into the Wemba sweepstakes? They're going to tank. They're going to go last place. They're going to try to get the lottery, win the draft lottery, and get Wemba as number one. Remember those guys? Yeah, they're second place in the Western Conference. And when people came about with the Utah Jazz saying that they're going to tank, and I'm like, let me take a look at their roster, because I know they lost Donovan Mitchell and they lost Rudy Gobert. But they have Mike Conley Jr., they have Jordan Clarkson, Rudy Gay, Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, Kelly Olynyk. Like, this is a very deep, talented team without Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. Without. So I looked at the roster and I'm like, this is not a tanking team. They're too talented to lose on purpose. They're way too talented to lose on purpose. And that's what's happening. They're second place right now. I don't know if it's still early. We're 10 games into the season. It's 10 games. Again, remember what I said. In the NBA, 20 to 25 games becomes the benchmark. We'll look at it then. But right now, they're showing no signs of losing at all. Or tanking at all, sorry. They're showing no signs of that. So there's no reason for me to believe that all of a sudden it's going up and then boom, it's going to come crashing down. Is there a chance? Of course there's a chance. Of course there's a chance. But again, you got to take a look at the style of play, right? Mike Conley Jr. looks like that old Mike Conley Jr. from Memphis. Colin Sexton, we know what he did in Cleveland. Jordan Clarkson has always been a three-point threat. Lauri Markkanen's been great. Rudy Gay is a veteran, which that team needs. And Kelly Olynyk had very good years in Boston. He did. So put all this together, and that's a winning team. That's a winning team. That's not a team that you tank with. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I don't see Utah at all in the tanking sweepstakes right now. And I think they have a chip on their shoulder because when they found out that people are thinking they're going to tank, they're like, wait a second, what? Why? Who said that? When? Because we lost Mitchell and Gobert? That means that we're going to be tanking now? No. Look at our roster. That's not a tanking roster by any means. These are veteran guys. Mike Conley Jr. is a veteran. Rudy Gay is a veteran. These guys are not interested in tanking. And they're teaching these young guys that, which is great because tanking sucks. Tanking absolutely sucks. There's no place for it in our game. To lose on purpose, there's no place for it. I hate it. It's garbage. It's nonsense. So these guys, the Utah Jazz, just watch out for them, folks. I mean, we'll really know what's going on with them 25 games in. But until then, there's no reason to believe that they're just going to go from second place all the way down to last place and try to get the number one draft lottery pick for Wemba. I don't see it happening. I do not see it happening. All right. Time for my favorite segment of the podcast. Y'all know what time it is, right? Last week I introduced it. What's it called? It's called Oh, the Disrespect. Oh, the Disrespect. So let's go. Let's get into it. I got plays for you guys. Now, this might be a different version here, right? Last week I had 5 dunks. This week, it might be a little bit different. And I don't have 5 plays for you guys this week. I don't. I got 4. But they're 4 you're going to want to watch. So let's get to it. So first, I got my man Giannis against the Pistons here. Giannis throws it down. Oh, the disrespect. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. So nice. We got to see it twice. Giannis, come on, man. They have a family, y'all. Jesus Christ. All right, next we got Jamal Murray here. Jamal Murray driving down the lane and a reverse one-handed dunk over 2 OKC defenders. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen that before in the NBA. Oh, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. Let's see that again. Let's see that again. So nice, gotta see it twice. Woo! Woo! Jamal Murray. Look at this, folks. Oh, now the throwdown wasn't too hard. But still, that level of difficulty is hard, y'all. Jamal Murray throwing it down. Coming down. Let's see here. Going down. Here it comes. Jamal Murray. Oh my gosh. Oh, the disrespect. Oh, Nikola. I'm so sorry you went through that, man. I'm so sorry. Jeez. Are we going to see that again? Oh, we're going to see that again, folks. Here he comes. Coming down your lane. Look out. That's 2 posters in 2 weeks. Oh, number 3. Let's see it again. Oh, my goodness. Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell first, and now Nikola Vujovic. Ooh. This is my number 1 play. This KD crossover. How do you not? Oh, the disrespect. Oh, my God. Oh my God, to quote the great Mark Jackson, please, let's have this. May I have this dance? Oh, look at this. He's lying down on the floor like a chalk outline. He's like, yeah, all right, I'm just gonna take this L. I'm gonna just lie down here. And KD, you do your thing. Oh my God, KD with the dirtiest crossover of the year. So there you have it, folks. Oh, the disrespect. Thank you so much for being with me here again on episode 2 of the 360 Slam podcast. Again, please remember to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. And follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at AJ360Slam. Thanks, y'all, for being with me today. Have a great day. Peace.